morning. Right up to a bright start.
Where you head to this fine morning?
We're going to the land. It's very crisp and airy. I like it. I'm excited for a really awesome day where we're going to be working hard and serving great food.
Hi ho, hi ho, it's off to work we go. Na 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 na.
Pounding tires, pounding tires, pounding tires.
The first thing to remember when you're putting the next rows of tires is you want to make sure that they're overlapping. What I mean by overlapping is this is not overlapping, as you can see, and so it's not structural. It will move very easily. If it's like this, just like a brick, then it's much more stable. Okay, and then the next thing is as you bring your tires, your rows of tires up, one thing that's important is we're on the back side here, and since all our rows of tires are going back 1.5 inch, we want to make sure that we're raising the earth against it at the same time.
Pounding tires, pounding tires, pounding tires.
So we are understaffed at the kitchen crew tables.
So the videographer is cleaning the fucking dishes.
The work is hard and laborious, but someone has to do it. Viv, I find you here in the kitchen and, well, it seems like you're alone.
Yes.
There's a lot of people to feed with those little hands. How do you feel?
I feel like these little hands are pretty mighty.
Okay. So you think everything's gonna be fine?
I think so. I think they're gonna be blown away by today's lunch. It's gonna be burrito good.
Mucho burrito good. Wait, you're making burritos?
Yeah.
So we're here in the kitchen, me and Viv. She needed a little help, so on my break I decided why not? 30 people need to have fuel, so we're here making the food necessary to keep them going. As mama, you make a das burrito. Burrito, burrito.
I like to make burrito for my babies. I like to put frijoles in them too. A little guacamole to top it off, and slices of tomatoes with kale. This is the lunch menu of burrito time. I make burritos like it's nobody's business. Burrito this, burrito that. We love burritos.
That is that. So when we get to a corner like this, a tire won't fit, and we never want to have two tires right on top of each other. We will use either bricks or like big blocks. The reason for that is we don't have time on a tire party to wait for the cement to settle before we put the next thing on. So we're gonna have those blocks, just making sure that while this cement is drying, we can still put the next tire on and keep our work. But then once the cement will settle, all the weight will be going on the cement and it's gonna be structural that way. And so right now, as you can see, we're just choosing the exact size that we need. So we follow the tire that's under. We put some screws with washers. Washers are very important. We just screw at least, I like to do at least 3, so I would add one more here. And then one that follows the tires on the ground here. And then I would say 2 or 3 on the other side, so that you have a very stable metal lat, because when you put the cement, it will tend to try to expand like that, and so it needs to be strong.
Would you be my dirt bitch, please?
I'm looking for a dirt bitch, please.
Got up on some tires, need my dirt bitch, please.
And when in between 2 tires like this, there's not enough space for a tire here, for example. So what you can do is put blocks just like this. That's a good way to do it. I would add one more piece here, so it's the same level as the tires. And the other option, if the space is bigger than this, but not big enough for a tire, you can do a squishy tire, which I'm going to show you one right there. The squishy tire strategy is that you use a smaller tire that you're usually using. So for example, this is a 225, right? But it wouldn't fit in here. So either I take 205 and squeeze it in, or I simply use a smaller tire and squeeze it in. And if that tire is too small, then you can use like a block of cement like this one to put in between, and so that you stay on level for the next row.
So for this weekend, we had to get a lot of food to feed around 30 to 40 people. So we turned to the dumpster gods for their help. And out of that, we've got tons of tomatoes, tons of avocados, potato salad from the dumpster, the radishes, the carrots, the dill, everything. That's the way I like to run my kitchen.
So, I hope everyone enjoys their lunch. I know I will. So we're here at Valhalla and lunchtime is over. We're getting back to work. Now a lot of people have come to Valhalla and decided to lend a hand and show us their expertise. One, for example, is my man over here, Michel. He was an expertise in John Deere tractors. And we had a dead battery. Well, he fixed it. We have a whole swarm of what they would call a dirt bitch. And without them, we would have never been able to fill in the trench in the back this fast. There was an exposed pipe, and in a matter of minutes, it was covered and filled with clay. So when you have this amount of people helping you, it's very easy to get stuff done. And now we're moving on to the 4th row of tires. Right now, Johan is puffing up this tire as best he can. He's a master at the smash, and he knows how to get right under those lips and continue to pound all night long. With this amount of people helping you, you wouldn't be surprised how fast you get to the 4th row. But once you get to that very important row, you must mound up the earth in the back so that these tires don't collapse on anybody. With this amount of people and this amount of good machinery, it's no surprise that we're gonna have this greenhouse done in no time.
So I feel like we accomplished a lot. I mean, we're only building a 10 by 20 greenhouse, and it's only the first building we're building here at Valhalla, and it took a lot of time. But that's kind of the point. So many people were telling us, no, 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 it's not gonna happen, it's not possible. It's gonna take you years before you're able to use tires in construction and stuff. And well, I kind of beg to differ. So at Valhalla, we set the precedent. We were able to get an engineer to stamp and approve our plans and approve the structural integrity of these tires. What's great about that is now anybody in Quebec is going to be able to use these plans and use plans that include tires in them to be able to make this a reality, to build an Earthship greenhouse, to build an Earthship home, whatever it may be. It's just the perfect thing. We've really set up the system that we need here to be able to propel this all forward next year here at Valhalla, but throughout the rest of Quebec.
So it's almost near quitting time. And what do we do today? Well, we got as far as the insulation on the south side, and we got 5 rows of tires on the north side. Couldn't have done it without the help of all these beautiful people.